rule over earth like worthy kings and queens. When God created man, He appointed us with the stewardship of taking care of earth and the planet, not destroying it, not consuming it. The consumption part came with the giants that was created by the fallen angels. The females of mankind gave birth to people to these these giants were babies, but when they grew up, they consumed everything. They consumed the livestock. They started then consuming mankind, and then they started consuming themselves. The bloodlust started there. The depravity started there. And when you see 500,000 and 700,000 animals being slaughtered in one festival for one religion, it's a bloodlust. When you see another religion throwing goats out of windows as a sacrifice, when you see the bloodlust of people cheering on a poor bull there in a ring and everybody that runs past him with a horse or on feet stabs him in the back. What depravity is at the basis of such cultures that treats animals like that? There are places in the east, close to the people, areas where there's been the recent earthquakes. Apparently, the maltreatment of dogs and animals is such that people are trying to get these dogs exported and broken limbs and torn off limbs. And um, I don't want to mention the place, but what kind of depraved human being does that? We're finding it everywhere, finding it in South Africa. Poor donkey tied up and then he's being used as a target practice with one or other pocket knife where the guy practices stabbing on the donkey with the horses. So that when he encounters a human being, his stabs can be lethal. We see that the recent sale of a child to some sort of ritual doctor, the doctor, Jocelyn Smith. What kind of depravity is on earth? And it's not just in one culture, it's everywhere. In Carltonville, a father is left alone with his 8-day-old baby, not 8-month baby. And the baby starts crying and needs new nappies. The mother's tried to sell him clothes so she can buy some nappies. He beats the child into submission and then rapes her. Well, to half death, and then he hides the baby from the mother. And the next day, the child is dead while he's in custody. That's not good stewardship of earth and people. How do we treat animals? Is also, if you can't treat animals well, how are you going to treat humans well? I see some females in some cultures, it's custom to beat them up and break the bones, and nobody can say nothing, and you get married only if she's been raped. While we, as children of God and followers and children of Jesus Christ, I must say, how you treat your wife is how you treat Christ, because Christ is in her. How can you tell me you got no respect for your wife or child, but you've got respect for God? It doesn't work that way. You can't tell me you've got respect for God, but you can't respect something lesser than God. How do you do that? If you don't respect food that's in front of you and consume it with grace, how can you respect anything that's bigger than a plate of food? We should be the good stewards, like kings, ruling over an empire that was given to us. with grace. Treat flowers kindly. Treat dams kindly. Treat fishes kindly. Take out invasive species, but plant flowers. Plant trees. In Japan, they've got doctors that are treating trees. They got cancer, they go, they cut it out, they touch it up, and the tree is healthy again. They also don't cut down trees. They let the tree grow and then they let the branches grow upright, and they only cut the branches that is upright off for the wood. But the basis tree is still standing there. Go look at in Japan, they make these beautiful wooden carvings. And the father, when he takes over that from his father, the son, he makes his own carvings on that, and then so on and so on. So by the third and fourth or fifth generation, they've got a 500-year-old piece of building with carvings in it, where your great great grandfather added his wood carving skills, and your father did the same, and you did the same. That's respect. That's culture. If you look in the Netherlands, oh, Andre Rieu, the classic music, the singing, Emma Cox, singing the most beautiful songs, and she's got the permanent stomach problem. Google Emma Cook on YouTube to see what I'm talking about. That's good stewardship. You got the voice, you got the art, you got the skills. You develop those kind of things that make up an advanced culture. You don't break it down. If you look at all the sculptures just in the Vatican and on top of the roof, each sculpture is different. I've seen a house that in the Netherlands dedicated to the Tsar. Around the fireplace are these very intricate ceramic tiles. Each tile is a different artwork, baked, different painting on it. That's a culture where you improve on the previous best, not where you tear down everything to a piece of rubble. That's not culture. If you can't build it, don't destroy it. If you can't make your own, don't use it. But if you can't keep up the good stewardship in your area, planting flowers when nobody wants to plant them, even if you want to plant one flower in your house, even if you get one nice garment and you go out, you show to the world, how do we care for animals? How do we care for this world? How do we pick up the rubbish? When people are throwing it all over the street, you go and you pick it up. In Japan, you throw a piece of paper on the floor, someone in that queue will go and pick it up and go stand in the back of the queue. When they've got earthquakes, they stand in the queue and wait. They go into the shopping, into the shops to buy. They don't swarm with like a swarm of fans and steal everything from the shelves and then run out without paying. It's the difference between a culture and a civilization, and the tribe, just tribe. You can't compare the two. So what are you? Are you part of a tribe? Or are you part of civilization? If you are saying that you are part of civilization, then act like God, which is Jesus Christ, instructed you. Take care of what you've got. Take care of this earth. Take out the weeds. Trim the grass. Look out for the animals. Look out for the people that can't look out for themselves. Take care of this earth. Earth is more about you. The North and South Pole doesn't run through you. It runs somewhere else. You're not the center of the universe. Many people think that. The entitlement. They are babies from the born until they die. They can only consume what somebody else has produced. And God places food on his children's tables. There are those that don't get the food. So where do they get it? They make laws to steal it or take it from those that can produce. Who are you? Are you a good steward of God's creation? That is what we should be. Be a good steward. That's one of the commandments of God. Be a good steward. People, earth, life, humans, animals. Be a good steward, not just a consumer, not just a destroyer. Till we speak again, keep well.